All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for Monogatari, Often Monster, Episode 10.
All right, we got a name. We
Yeah.
got a title. We got a vampire.
Yeah. And
Good
we
luck.
have a basketball team that's being slowly taken from members of its roster.
Right.
A team that lost a lot of its connection and camaraderie. And so, we might have some motivations as to revenge variety.
Right. But so far, for an arc that's setting up like a connection to Shinobu's past, we haven't had a lot of Shinobu. In fact, she's been markedly absent. So,
Yeah.
we gonna get more of her this episode, maybe?
Maybe. But yeah, y'all, without further ado, let's get into this.
問題はさらに追加であと2名行方不明
Unfound.
問題はルガーが左腕を怪我して引退したの。
Ah.
What's left?
魂うまく回っていたんですが、4月に引退した途端、辞めた子もいるよ、もちろん。退部届を出して辞めたんじゃなくって、
Right.
Just quiet quit, yeah.
Oh.
何かしなきゃって3年の OG 会で集まって、
With things being too intense.
この数日で部員が次々と学校に来なくなって。
Not surprising.
からその体制を変革しにくいというのもあるんだ、荒木先輩。
Right. We don't go to school there anymore.
この体制自体、私たちの
Well, it's self-perpetuating by the shaming that's going around because they're not all suffering the same way, you know?
そう。どう感じているのかが違うだ。
Right, nobody's enjoying it necessarily.
今の時代には合わないかもしれないけれど、あれはあれでよかったって自説を向けられないように。
Yeah, it is a weird form of, like, propagating the suffering from one generation to the next.
そう言ってくれただけで十分です。
I will entrust you with this treasure.
ところで荒木先輩、彼女います？
Hey!
There she is. She's been featured.
一定の説得力がある。
会議にはそれ
Persuasive power.
ポジティブな理由で足が速くなったわけじゃないんだから。
スーパースターにならざるを得なかった少女
Yeah.
行方不明の残り2名の部員を重点的に捜索しようか。
Sounds like a plan.
ここにいる播磨関恵ちゃんの所持品や隣室の本能あぶりちゃん、
Okay.
すべてのミイラに同様の暗号が残されていそうなものなのだ。
ゆっくりと作業ができたってことじゃないでしょうか
Okay.
といったところで、私は指揮官としてコヨミンに今夜のコマンドを入力したいと思う。
Ready to receive, yes.
しのぶちゃんを一晩押さえつけていてほしい。
There we go. I was wondering when she'd be brought up.
Yeah, it just clears the alibi side of things for Shinobu.
隠しとらんか。
Yes, this box of donuts
お
under
い
the
お
bed.
い出し抜けに何を
Ah, yeah, that is so strange for you to say such a thing, yes.
にがっちり強固に釘付けのごとく縛り付けられとるっちゅうんじゃ。
まあまあほらしのぶちゃん
Oh my god, yep.
There you go.
にごまかそうとしとるじゃないか。
鋭いやつだ牙のようにくそ
I will
Still not
eat
against the donuts, though.
Yep.
まあまあほらミスタードーナツ期間限定のやつだよ
That looks really good.
Yeah.
と言ってはぐらかそうとしても、半分がポン・デ・リングで、もう半分がオールドファッション。
Oh, that's cool.
日の出まであと約7時間か頑張れるかな
How many donuts do you have?
もしもあの時僕が吸血鬼化に失敗していたら一体
Oh, sure.
いつじゃったか違う時間軸で見た生ける屍の群れを。
あああったなそんなことそうかそれを今回のミイラと連結して考えてはいなかったけど
Fun.
言うなら一種の自暴自棄で目的も動機もなかった
Right.
この度の吸血鬼も自暴自棄なのだろうか
I feel like there'd be more then if that was the case.
And these mummies aren't walking around.
お前を吸血鬼にした吸血鬼僕にとっては大元となる吸血鬼について
Yeah.
全てではないにせよあらかた分かっただからガエンさんは僕に今晩忍をと
Ah, that way you could learn? Yeah.
お前様とのいざこざがあるまで自分が元人間じゃったことを忘れとったくらいじゃからの。
Wow.
非道な生き方をしておったあやつこそ神聖の吸血鬼じゃからの。
Reckless, you say?
なあ忍無軌道な生き方って具体的にはどん
Yeah. Let's go into that.
そのせいで危うく餓死するところじゃったからの。
Yeah.
わしはそれを憐れんで血を吸わせてやったようなもんじゃ。こんな死に方も わしらしくって。
Wow. Yeah, hold on. You're stealing my joke.
なぜいきなり今になって今更みたいにスーサイドマスターの話をわしは。
I'm curious, you know. Yes, yes.
こっちだよ、鬼のお兄ちゃん。
Nice. Stealth mode.
前様、キモいことを言う前にドアをノックしたのに窓の外から現れた人形娘のコント技法に
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. There's a lot of effort in that regard, yes.
別件を担当していると。だとすると何の用で？
For being here.
こっちでもお邪魔だったみたいだね。まあ暇じゃない僕はおいとまするから、そのままディスカッションを続けてよ。
Or you could not do that.
うぬ迷子娘のところに遊びに行っとったのか。
It was important work.
ここでのんびりしていってくれていいぜ。チャイルドシートとチャイルドは
Because we have to have an opportunity to go see her.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Oh my god.
Yes!
Incredible.
Yes!
Attaining true wisdom.
True. A god among gods.
しかしついに見られてしまいましたね。
滝じゃなくてスポットライトを浴びているがごとしだ。
Yep. Yeah, let's just see her show off all her god powers.
Yeah.
そんなわけでお久しぶりです、アメフラシさん。
確かにお久しぶりだが。
That is way too far.
That's way beyond stuttering.
Yeah.
神まみた。
わざとじゃない？
Ugh.
逆から言ってもわざとじゃない？
The clasp, yes.
わしもやるんかいこれ。失礼、噛みました。違う、わざとじゃ。
Yeah.
神々。アナグラムでもわざとじゃないんか。
Ah!
おい、アナグラさん。
引っ張られてるじゃないか。噛んだことでまた新たな噛み方につながっていったら永遠に終わる。
But we'll still enjoy it along the way.
Right.
他でもありません。実は荒木さんに
With my secret fortune message, yeah.
ほほう、何やら
Is
God
it
damn it.
Dystopia?
正確には荒木さんにではなく、
Yeah, uh-huh.
こちらです。
Oh shit.
Yeah, this might have gone exactly how Gain did not want it to go.
Uh-huh.
Well, here we go.
スーサイドマスター。
It does not look like she's fed recently though.
危ない、シロブ、気をつけ。
Damn.
いいな、言うならこれは官民じゃ。
Cryptobiosis. Like dying.
だのじゃろ、迷子娘。ええ、海外からのお客様に隠しされ。荒木さんにはこの方を回復させるためのお薬。
I'm pretty sure I know the medicine that they need.
Yeah.
ご存知の通り。
あのよ、ご存知って言われてもそんなの知らないぞ。
Also, I was not hoping to go back to the afterlife anytime
Yeah.
soon.
この間旅したばかりじゃないですか。地獄ですよ。
I mean, recently is relative, but yeah.
お前様を無礼打ちにする機会。
喜んでくれているとばかり。なぜ今になって辛かったなんて言うんだ。
You chose that small form.
復讐は冷めてこそ美味なるスープじゃ。
Yes, yes.
生の奥義、なんかろうぜ
I'm gonna use all 7 of them on you.
き。静止流の最終奥義。
Yes!
七か八列。
I'm sure Aragi could survive that.
You know, just a bit of death, you know.
Yeah, just
to
a temporary,
just to
you know.
spoof him into the afterlife again, you know.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. See, you have to believe that you're about to die in order to go there.
This is way too nice to be hell.
Yeah.
つまり地獄に落ちるはずが間違っ
Yeah, I guess so.
See, that's what happens when Hachikuji and Shinobu send you there.
た見てるんだな。僕の普段からの行い。
その通りです。あなた様は自分で思っているほど悪い人間ではないのです。
Oh my.
美しい姫。
そう、私をそう呼ぶ方もいます。
This is
Yeah.
shit.
天国で
Yeah.
はアセロラ姫をお呼びください。
Princess form, yeah. Whoa. All right.
Awesome. We got both our favorite characters.
We got both our favorite characters in the same episode.
Yeah.
See, this is an absolute win.
As far as like
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, if someone were to tell me, "Hey, you got to go to the afterlife early," I'd be like, "Excuse me, Excuse me, no thank you.
No,
and
I'm good.
I have to go now to literally
Yeah.
anywhere
No,
else.
no, stand still. I need to showcase my seven
Yep,
forms so that when I use them all on you, you'll respect the amount of effort I'm putting into chopping you up. Okay,
Right, exactly. I'm going to send you to the afterlife without killing you, or only sort of killing you, or only temporarily, or making you think you've been killed. But if it's like Shinobu and Hachikuji together being like, hey, so this is what we need to have you do. It's like, well,
Sure, I guess so. Yeah.
somehow this is probably going to go fine.
This is gonna be fun and fine. Yeah.
I am concerned about the way you are brandishing that sword, Shinobu, but yeah, no, this is gonna be fine.
Yeah, Araragi has very much gone into the yes, I will do what Gain says. Up now, we got Shinobu
Sorry.
and Hachikuji involved.
Sorry,
Well, I guess Gain,
you
get
got
fucked.
overruled.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Hachikuji said otherwise, and so
Yeah, and the thing is that Gain knows everything, so Gain knew this would probably happen too.
right.
So okay, we are
She wanted Hararagi to have context for when it happened. Get the story about Deathtopia before
Yes,
then they
yes.
go and actually meet Deathtopia, which I could see being very important because then, one, you're sent to the afterlife immediately after, so you can't exactly talk to current Shinobu right now. But two, after you come back, I get the feeling if Deathtopia is then revived, it will not exactly be the time for, you know, the most sit-down of conversations involving you.
Kakadoraragi. Yeah. Kakadoraragi. Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Right.
Why Deathtopia is mummified and small would imply that this is the direction that she was going when she was starving back before.
But it was implied. It seemed that she at least did a
she
first
did
feeding.
some feeding on the
Right.
the basketball girls. So
that makes
we've got something that doesn't
quite
quite line up. Yeah.
So I got a few ideas for this. One is that maybe it's as a result of her being in a malnourished state for so long that you feed, you know, after a long time, and then, you know, your body has some issue with it.
Sure.
Or even potentially, if they wanted to go really crazy with it, she somehow turned into not a vampire after not feeding for so long or something. I don't think they're going to do that. And so it's the, you know, that's why it's the failed vampirization, you know, thing. Or maybe it's something where she didn't actually, like, feed on them or something. Maybe there's another vampire, and that's the one that's been feeding on people, and she showed up, and then suddenly, because she's weak, got clapped or something.
Maybe.
You know? I don't know. But
I could see that. There's a fun, weird version of this where I see some things in which Araragi feels like he's being set up. And I don't know if he's being, like, set up to be framed in this way.
Sure.
But...
And who would be setting him up? Like,
well, right. Well, I mean, there's the part of where Gain has her whole, you know, organization and network of hunters and stuff like that. So
sure.
This could all be just bait to lure out a different vampire.
Right.
Or this could be something where it's hey, can we see if Shinobu has been maybe...
absconding, you know,
doing some shenanigans while Araragi sleeps or something. I don't know.
Right, exactly. And that's kind of where and also where Araragi was originally thinking yes, keep Shinobu occupied. Cool.
We need in a lot of ways a period of time where there might be
an
attack, and if Shinobu's busy,
we can know it's
not her. But
cool.
I feel like
that makes
Gain,
sense.
again, would know all that, so this feels, again, like something where Gain is trying to set up a situation where they can get more info from something there. So I feel like what we're getting set up with is there was some kind of oddity created from the backstory that happened with Princess Acerola and the Shinobu and Deathtopia situation.
Okay.
So, one hand, it could be, what was his name? Tropicalesque.
If he somehow, like, survived and returned or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure.
I feel like that would be our missing vampire, potentially.
Yeah, that would make sense.
That's the missing person in that regard.
Sure.
If we had another vampire here.
Right.
And that they could be going towards Shinobu for revenge of basically ruining their master.
Yeah, I could see that.
So, all that being said, this is a fun transition and pivot towards a more serious, structured arc.
Yep.
With
And it's got
Shinobu
that
Mustard
new OP for it and everything.
being the focus of it.
Right.
And if that means, hey, supernatural hijinks and goofs and interactions with Hachikuji and Shinobu for Araragi. Yeah.
And
yeah, it's going to be a fun time.
And is the implication if he did get sent to heaven accidentally? Yes, because you've, done so many wonderful things since, you got sent to hell. Right.
The bar was pretty low, at a
guess.
certain point. Araragi is more just accurately grown up.
Exactly.
He's a pretty functional, full-fledged adult now,
Right. But the idea that Princess Acerola is there in heaven... Mm-hmm. So, is she also a god? Is this some figment? Is this the oddity?
Well, Shinobu is an oddity.
Well, right.
So it could be just the idea of what happens when a human becomes a vampire. Does their human soul get sent to the afterlife?
Oh, I like it.
Because what if we know what a failed vampirization kind of is doing with the mummification, but what does a successful vampirization do to the human part of them?
No, that is a great point. Yeah, I could totally see it being some... I think that's going to be the explanation that they give. Yeah, is that...
It could be really cool to get into.
Oh yeah, that'd be
because
awesome.
Araragi, in a lot of ways, then could have some fun lore stuff revealed with regards to his successful vaporization as well.
Right.
Because he didn't become
he wasn't a
full-fledged vampire, and he wasn't a complete failure.
Well, right. Well, it was a successful vampirization that was then redacted somewhat.
Right.
Right. And hence, he's a failure of a vampire, but he is still he still is a vampire to be categorized as a failure, right?
But you're not a failure of
right.
a man, of a boy. We got you, buddy.
It's the all right, your parents see you as a failure, but, or whatever, right? But you are still a person, right? As opposed to, no, you didn't even, you're just dead, not even undead,
But this is a very fun kind of setup in that the episodes before this have really done a lot of scaffolding to make sure that we're kind of prepped on the human side of things, on the earth side of things before we head to the afterlife.
Right.
Which feels kind of interesting because then I want to know what aspect of Araragi's character they're then exploring through this, if it's not just his vampirization side of things.
Right. And if it's something where they weren't just faffing about and bullshitting him about the blood and hell and all that stuff, and they intended to send him to heaven the entire time, right?
Yeah.
But if they do actually need that, then all right, once you get out of heaven, cool, you met Princess Acerola and the spirit that passed on when she got vampirized or whatever, cool. You still have to get to hell somehow in order to revive Deathtopia. And if that's not the case, then why the preamble, right? I understand Gain doing that because she knows everything, but if she needs things to happen, she has to be obtuse and kind of manipulative, right?
Right.
But with Shinobu and Hachikuji...
Nah, if anything, I feel like this was something where... Shinobu gets basically reunited with someone very close to her from forever ago, and Araragi gets to be kind of a part of this whole thing.
Right. And
while it's something that, again, only he can do, in the same way that Gain's like, hey, here's something only you can do, that I think is that the point is that Gain was kind of teeing him up, and that it's hey, what ends up happening here, you need to lean into. And I don't know if Araragi's smart enough to have clued into that.
Right, and if I were to guess what that is that it would be something where it's hey, as a result of your connection to Shinobu, it's not that theoretically you're the only one who can do this, but the things that you are the only one who can do this, and you need to be involved in, and you need to be aware and all of that stuff. And so,
So does that mean that actually Gain's whole thing of saying, hey, this isn't just a signature? Because in a lot of ways, if it was something where Deathtopia was the one hurting these girls and stuff, she would put it on all of them. So that either leans towards my thing that it's definitely not her that she's not the one that's killing them or hurting them. But two, that the message was left as more of a panicked help, like cry for help, than it was actually a signature of any kind of act.
So they brought up the idea of it being a cry for help, right? But if it's something like that, one, the victim wouldn't know who Deathtopia is unless she introduced herself.
But they knew that potentially that Shinobu would stumble across this.
but like the victims wouldn't know about Shinobu, right? So if it so all right, weird theory. Okay. We've got the difference of one of them has the signature, and that that feels to me like it would actually, like, it is the signature. It's the, hey, Shinobu, I'm in town, right? But the fact that that doesn't continue and that Deathtopia ended up in this state, is it possible that after the first feeding, or one of the feedings, the person that she fed on became a vampire and then fed on Deathtopia?
Possibly.
And too much, and that's why she's in this mummified state.
Possibly. And that could be where the missing girls are, is that one of them is a vampire.
Right. And so that's why the signatures didn't continue, right? And that's why it's something where we can also have it be a different party that doesn't cause like a, oh shit, we have to deal with this, and Shinobu, you're deemed too much of a threat or whatever, or her and Deathtopia aren't able to catch up or something, right?
Yeah.
Because it's the, something happened and it's indirectly as a result of Deathtopia's actions, but it's not actually Deathtopia running wild.
No.
Right?
Yeah, I agree. But all right. Really, really excited to have just shenanigans with Araragi in the supernatural realms of this show. Comedy was great to just kind of go through the nostalgia of having a Hachikuji introduction and reunion, but the idea that Shinobu got to participate in it was rather fun. And then Hachikuji like saved in an extra joke, in there for her, just to be like, yeah, I'm not going to just, do exactly the same thing here.
And even Ononoki made an appearance, even though she's very busy. Like,
so busy.
Yeah.
But she came back here, even though she was super busy.
It was literally just like, hey, this episode is going to be the Lolly Triumvirate, and there might be a fourth, leader joining the ranks soon, depending on how
she's
sticks around.
She's revived potentially.
Right.
But all right, y'all. Thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You get an early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general. Also, be sure to check out our Twitch channel. See if anything that interests you. We'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.